Problem number 6 in section 1 says the equation y equals 12x plus 60, so I'm going to circle that because it's an equation, can be used to estimate y, the height of a tree, in centimeters. So as we're going through this problem, since they told me what y is, I'm going to make sure I write that down in the problem as well, so as I'm looking at it, it can hopefully add more meaning to the problem. So in this problem they talk about how y is the height, and they're talking about the height of a tree. Then they go on to say that x is the months after it's planted. So anytime we see an x in this problem, we know that it's talking about the months that have gone by. We know then that when a tree is 150 centimeters tall, how long ago was the tree planted? So that's really the question that they're asking. So as we did before, anytime I see a question, I'm going to put a box around it so that I know in order to be finished with this problem, I need to have answered that question. So they say when a tree is 150 centimeters tall, how long ago was it planted? Well, they gave me a height. Well, looking back at my original problem, a height always matches up with the y value. So really, what they did is they gave me a y value, and the question is how long ago was it planted? Well, really what we're looking for is the x value. So what we're going to start off by doing is we're going to use this equation, but instead of using a y value, we're going to use the y value that they gave me. So 150 is my new y value, and then we're going to write down the rest of the equation equals 12x plus 60. So remember, once again, my goal is to figure out how long ago the tree was planted. So really, I'm trying to find x, the number of months. So I want to get this x all by itself. Well, how do we get the x by itself? And right now, the x is with a 12. So the first thing I'm going to ask is how do I get the 12x by itself? Well, what's with it? Well, right now, there's a plus 60 with it. So how do I get rid of a plus 60? You do the opposite of plus, which is minus 60. And if you do it to one side of the equal sign, you have to do it to the other side also. So we'll minus 60 over here as well. So on the left-hand side, we have 150 minus 60, which is 90. And this section of the test will have a calculator, so you can always pull that up if you need to, equals, and then on this side, a positive 60 and a negative 60 add to 0, so there won't be any 60 on that side anymore, and we'll just be left with the 12x. Now remember, the goal is still to get x all by itself, so we need to get rid of the 12. So right now, between the 12 and the x is multiplication. So how do I split those up? I have to do the opposite of multiply, which would mean I have to divide by 12. Same as before, if I do it on one side of the equal, I have to do it on the other side as well. So 90 divided by 12, you can type it in your calculator. It gives you an answer of 7.5 equals x. What does x mean in this problem again? Well, x is the number of months after it was planted. So once again, x is the months. So when the tree is 150 centimeters tall, how long ago was it planted? Well, 7.5 is the answer. Well, what does that mean? It's 7.5 months is how long the tree has been in the ground. So the answer that matches up with that is A. So you'll actually go through, solve the problem, trying to make sense of what it's asking you to find, and then once you find it, match it up to see if the answer is listed as well.